Welcome back to another podcast. We're almost to double digits.
What are we at now? 7?
7. We're almost there.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. So
7 weeks.
Today we're going to talk about kid TV shows because, as you recall, we did want to group it up with kid books that we liked, but we never got to it.
We're too passionate about this stuff, so
we never got to it. So we're going to do that today. So, what were some things that you liked as a kid, or even as a teenager?
Oh, well, as a kid, like, are we gonna go, like, chronological with this? Like, start, like, youngest?
We can start with, like, youngest. Go for it.
So, like, when I was, like, little, I know, like, as a baby, I loved Sesame Street. That was, like, my show. I don't remember if I was big into Blue's Clues. I know my brother was. I think it was just beyond my time. My time, we're the same age. But, like, my time at my house. What else did I watch?
I was a big...
I remember Wonder Pets, too. But, again, that was kind of, like, as I was growing out of those shows.
The thing is, though, we have younger brothers. So we definitely saw things that were technically... quote-unquote too young for us, but we still watched it because our younger siblings
so it's like we were technically growing out of this stuff, but because like just how generations go, like it's still going. I remember Cyber Chase. I loved watching Cyber Chase. I had like one of those no cable shows. I saw a meme about this earlier today about like childhood shows. It had like Arthur, Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Clifford, yes.
I liked both of those. Dragon Tales. I know my middle brother
Franklin
loved that one. Oh, the turtle! I remember that one.
So I did Teletubbies.
Oh, I watched Teletubbies too.
Franklin, Blue's Clues, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. What's that octopus one?
Oswald.
Yes, that one.
I remember, what was another one?
Code Lyoko.
Which one was that? I don't think I watched that one.
I think it was on the same channel as Cyber Chase.
It was like PBS.
It was like close to an anime show for kids. For sure. What about Zaboomafoo?
I loved Zaboomafoo. I used to have a Zaboomafoo stuffy. I don't know if I still have it anymore. I'll have to look and see if I do. If I do, I'll take a picture of it. If I do, it's shoved on a shelf. But Zaboomafoo, I loved that when I was little. Madeline. Yeah, I watched
French one.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that.
It was funny because one Halloween I was a Teletubby, another one I was Madeline.
My brain is just swarming with so many that I go to name one and then I just forget just because there's so many up there.
You were naming them and I was remembering. I was like, I'm gonna forget. I'm like, don't forget.
Bob the Builder.
Yes,
that was a big
definitely.
one. My middle brother really liked that one. So here's the ages with my brother. So there's kind of like 2-ish years between all of us, 2 to 1.5. So I'm 23. The middle one right now is 21. The youngest is 19. So that if that gives you like an idea. Of
her younger brother, my youngest brothers, because they're twins. They're the same age.
Who leave the toy outside?
my brother.
Oh, there goes the light.
So my brothers are turning 20 in May. Our younger brothers knew each other because they played baseball. No, we did not know each other.
We'll have to. That's a whole story. We'll have to go.
Okay. That we'll get into some other day.
Yeah. What else is
I feel naked now.
You want the rabbit?
What did you watch? Kim Possible?
Oh, I loved Kim Possible.
Because we're naming like a lot of Nickelodeon. Noggin. I love the Noggin.
PBS is what a lot of what I watch.
I like Noggin when they would like, she would sit down on the couch at like nighttime with a star plushie, and the star was like a puppet, and she would open and read stories.
I don't think I remember that. Oh,
like
that
the Siamese cat things.
That's something I was gonna bring up. I thought it was like a fever dream for a while until like
apparently a lot of people thought it was a.
It was about like this cartoon like Siamese cat with like a bunch of other like random cats.
I don't know the name, but I'll put it up.
What's the Between the Lions?
Oh my god,
I love that show.
They need to bring that back.
The puppet was so freaky and creepy. It had these like gigantic pants. So it was like, imagine like a palm tree in a flower pot. That was his body with his pants, and he would just like, I think he pulled stuff out of him. I remember, I think in the opening Or like in one episode, he was just like, oh, and like shook his pants around and popcorn just
I loved
out.
Between the Lions a lot. When I
loved that one. That's a good one for like reading.
I just thought of another one and then I forgot.
You know, I'm just thinking of just so many at
one
time. What?
You said Between the Lions and I was like, oh, and then you kept talking and then it just went. It just left.
Here you go.
What was it? You said Between the Lions. What did it remind me of? Bear in the Big Blue House.
I was gonna mention that one.
So the only thing about Bear in the Blue House, Shadow, scared the crap out of me. When he started to go, where, Shadow, I was just like, I hated that part. I'm like watching it, enjoying it, and then he goes, where, Shadow. I'm like, I'm out. She's creepy to me. That she's just like a shadow on the wall, and you know she appears, and then she tells her shadow story. No, thank you.
But yeah, the other ones. Let's see.
I watched Tuttenstein, which I did.
What is that?
I briefly mentioned it in the book one. That's about a mummy that comes back to life.
Oh right. Yeah, I don't think I watched that.
I watched a lot of weird stuff because of my brothers too.
Do you remember? It was, I can't remember the name of it. It was on Nickelodeon. It was a game show for kids. The Mysterious Temple, something like that.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be on it. There was these kids that they would get, and they were each had, it was like teams of 2 or something, and they had like these like shirts like Team Toucan or whatever, and it would be like a certain color with like a picture of it. And they had to compete in this like maze, like jungle gym, like and
I just wanted
puzzles.
to go to the Hidden Temple.
Mystery of the Hidden Temple, that's what it's called.
I just wanted to explore.
I wanted to go on it so bad. I would still go on it to this day. Like, I wish I could. I loved watching that. I watched that, like, every morning before school when it was on.
What else did I watch? I know in middle school, like in 6th grade, so I was still young, my friend had me watch Blood Plus, which was my first anime.
Haven't seen it.
Don't suggest it for kids. Really don't. What else did I watch?
I know elementary school, this one is a huge one for me. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
It came out when we were in
sure.
elementary school, and it was one of my favorite shows. It is still one of my favorite shows.
I actually used to watch it with my Mimi and everything. Like, everyone liked it. Like, my mom didn't even mind watching it, and like, when Korra came out, we all like sat down as a family to watch it, and then all left because we were disappointed that most of them were dead. So
I still haven't watched Korra. I think I watched the first couple episodes, and I want to try and like get myself into it, try to like separate from it, because I mean, I've already heard things that have already kind of like ruined it for me. I just want to go back and watch it. I just haven't gotten the chance. But no, every like week when the new episodes would come on, me and my brothers and my mom would all watch it. My dad was working nights at the time, so he was either sleeping or at work.
That's probably the one cartoon show that like my mom would be fun with.
It's
like
such
not caring.
a good show. It's good for all ages. I could go into like I could go on a whole rant about the whole show earlier because I was thinking about it. Because if you watch a video that we're doing, we're making costumes, and my costume is one of Katara's outfits.
And I have
from
yet
the show.
to do mine. But obviously mine's not a secret.
You should be seeing my little intro by the time this is out.
Mine should be out too by the time this is out.
Isn't this coming out this week?
Don't we have one more? Or did that already come out?
I think it already came out.
I don't know. I won't mention it just in case it hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, I've filmed my little intro.
Yeah, because for Ashley's birthday, I got her Katara's second. Is it her second outfit?
I think it's her second. It's one of her Water Tribe ones.
Yeah.
It's not with a giant coat, but just like her normal, like everyday outfit.
The one with the swirls on it.
That's all of them.
The where she like has the wraps on her.
Yeah, kind of like her second season.
Yeah.
One.
I'm scared.
So that was a huge one for me.
Definitely Clifford. My mom said I used to watch Dora, but I don't remember watching Dora.
I watched it a little bit, but again, I think it was one of those shows that was mainly my brothers.
All I can think of now is Between the Lions.
They had a spin-off of Dora with her cousin Diego.
Yep.
Remember that?
My brothers watched that one. I didn't.
Yeah, Steven, I think, liked Diego.
What about those weird shows on Nickelodeon, like those meat puppet guys that like...
think I know what you're talking about. The really ugly ones.
Yeah.
The ones that people were like, why is Billie Eilish crying look like this one? And
it was kind of gross.
Yeah, it was like these weird puppets that like you don't like to look at, so I don't think I ever watched it.
It was like a meat puppet show thing. Oh, what about obviously Rugrats?
Rugrats, that was huge.
And Rugrats All Grown Up. Rocket Power.
I liked watching Scooby-Doo. Do you guys remember a pup named Scooby-Doo? I feel like it wasn't that big. I don't know if a lot of people watched it.
I didn't watch it, but I know what you're talking about.
I loved a pup named Scooby-Doo. I just love Scooby-Doo.
What is it? Eek? Like the monsters? Real monsters?
I think I know what you're talking about.
The one he would hold his eye in his hand.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember ever watching it.
What about Brandy, Mr. Whiskers? I did like that one.
That was a newer one.
That was on Disney. And what about the cat ones? I think his name was Waffles. I think it was on Nickelodeon.
Cat Scratch.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. I watched that one too.
The more I talk about this, the more my brain is slowly... And it's weird how much, like, you don't remember, and then as soon as someone says one thing, your brain slowly starts to, like, push.
It just snowballs.
Push these things into the front of your brain, and you go, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I know.
Oh, yeah.
A huge one for us was Spongebob.
I didn't watch that as much when I was younger.
I love the older episodes, but I think around, like, 2005-ish, I want to say. There's a certain point in the series where it's like it starts falling off, where it's like it's not that great.
I watched George Lopez when I was younger just because I was always on Nick at Night.
I don't think I ever watched it. I think it was just like one of those things where it was on, but I think we were in bed usually by George Lopez.
Sometimes I would wake up during the night and can't sleep, and that was always like on.
I slept like a rock, so...
What else was there? I'm sure we're forgetting something.
There's like a ton. So
I'm just so happy that I remember Between the Lines now.
You're welcome.
I already said Maggie and the Ferocious Beast.
There were other like younger ones from when I was little that I wanted to mention. We didn't come prepped with this at all. I got here and she was like, okay, this is what we're filming, by the way. So I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, it's not a surprise. We wanted to do this last week or the week before. So like... We've had this plan.
No chocolate, Winnie.
I'd be surprised if he ate chocolate. He can't settle because we're sitting on the couch and he's not happy with the way we're sitting.
We've invited you up multiple times.
What else? I can definitely say it was a Danny Phantom.
Oh, I loved Danny Phantom. I think he was my first cartoon crush. When I was in elementary school. You coming up?
I really liked it. I was sad on where they left it. Definitely Teen Titans as well.
I loved Teen Titans. I don't like the new Teen Titans.
I also liked Robin. Danny Phantom Robin. Like, what's up?
She got a type. No,
I think
I love Teen Titans. That was another really good one for like all ages.
I think I just
mature for the age audience.
I think I really just like their voices. Cause same with the animated Robin Hood, like I really like him, but I think it's more so the voice, not like the way he looks.
Have you seen like the meme where it's like Robin Hood is the reason there's so many furries in this generation?
I think so. Come up here, come.
I was in Michael's the other day. I don't remember what I was getting. Oh, it was when I was getting the canvas I painted for you. Yeah. And I saw a book that was how to draw furries. So I was like, they're reaching into the culture. Which, I mean, if you're into it, go for it. It's what you like.
Charlie and Lola. That was more my brothers, but I was definitely there watching it with them.
Did I already mention Barney?
Oh, yeah, Barney, big one. You didn't mention it, but what about that Barney movie with the magical egg? My brothers watched that.
We have several Barney movies that my brothers also watch all the time. There was Barney with the magic egg. Yeah. There was the Christmas Barney with the snow globe.
I don't remember that one, but
there
definitely
was, like, a few different Barney movies that we had.
That magic egg. Oh my God, my brothers would watch that all the time.
I have the same.
Because our cars used to have TVs in it. Well, TV's a movie thing, and Magic Egg was huge.
Our old minivan had a pull-down TV with a VHS player in it, so this is how old we are.
Definitely that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I remember watching that because my brothers did.
Like the movie ones where it was real life. Definitely my brothers put that on a lot.
Did I say Dragon Tales already?
Oh, no, you didn't. Dragon Tales.
That was
Also,
my brother
huge.
loved Dragon Tales.
Huge Dragon Tales fan. Even my mom loved Dragon Tales. We started Dragon Tales on ice.
Ooh.
And I only know that because one time I was cleaning my closet.
What do you want from me?
Because one time I was cleaning out my closet and I pulled out the shirt. I don't actually remember seeing it though. Oh my god. More and more just keep coming to mind.
And this is all like childhood. We haven't even like really ventured into like our teens yet.
Well, my teens were definitely more Teen Titans, Danny Phantom.
Yeah, those were like teens. There was like the live action like shows too. I know like iCarly.
I was iffy on that one, but definitely
Drake and Josh. I
yes,
loved
that
Drake
one,
and Josh.
a lot more.
Zoe 101.
Definitely Zoe 101.
Those two I loved.
I wasn't That So Raven.
I watched it here and there.
I wasn't like huge on Disney. I was definitely more of a Nickelodeon kid for sure.
Mm-hmm. I think Disney had more of like the live action stuff, and Nickelodeon
Wizards of Waverly Place.
I loved Wizards of Waverly
Yes.
Place.
I really liked Alex. I think just her humor.
I know, she had such a good character. She was a fun character.
Yeah. My brothers, I didn't like this, but they love to watch Good Luck Charlie.
I liked Good Luck Charlie.
I wasn't really into it.
It was kind of like it was one of those ones that came at the age that we were kind of like venturing off of those type of shows, because I remember I think we were freshmen in high school when the big thing like, oh, they're introducing a new baby, and there was this huge thing online where like the watchers got to vote for the name.
I definitely loved watching the Kids' Choice Awards and like voting.
I don't think I watched those.
Like, I think the big one I remember was with The Rock, and like there was two options. One of them was for him to dress like Miley Cyrus. So obviously Hannah Montana.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Hannah Montana was huge.
What else was there? We already said Bob the Builder. Wasn't there a girl version of Bob the Builder?
I think there was. I don't remember if she had her own show. Wendy. Wendy was her name.
Oh,
I remember there's
Thomas the Train Engine.
Oh, I remember the Tank Engine. I remember watching that one.
And now he's just a meme.
I don't remember the music from that one, but I remember.
Finally! Alright. I don't think there's much else that we're missing here.
I remember Roly-Poly Ollie.
Oh, Roly-Poly Ollie.
Ollie? I don't know.
That I was definitely addicted to.
I remember watching that.
Love that.
That was old stuff.
There was another one that I remember.
I loved all growing up.
I don't remember his name. He was a talking dog.
That was.
And he like wore a scarf. I think he had an accent. It's not Spot. It's like
Stripe.
He had friends.
This could be anything.
I can't remember. I'll try to Google it, but wish me luck.
I remember we haven't even really touched on Cartoon Network cartoons. There was the Powerpuff Girls.
Yes.
I wasn't allowed to watch the Powerpuff Girls when I was little. I don't know why, but I think we had like one episode on, and my mom was like, "I don't want you watching this." We watched it anyways.
What else was there?
But I remember Johnny Bravo.
Yes.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Also, yes.
I loved Courage. I still do.
Yes. What else? I don't think there was much else. What about that
Totally
Chowder?
Spies. I remember Chowder. I wasn't super big on Chowder.
Totally Spies. Absolutely. Did love that.
What was it? And there was a similar one like Winx or something.
Did absolutely. Yes, I did watch that. I gotta say, I'm disappointed with the Netflix version.
Yeah, didn't they
Not
turn
shocked
into like
there.
a live action?
Yeah, but you know they made Bloom a total like jerk, and I was not here for it.
I haven't watched it in a really long time, so I forget the plot. Fairly Odd Parents.
Iffy on that, but
I
yeah,
liked watching Fairly Odd.
that.
Again, like I think after a certain point, it kind of started like getting. I think I kind of like fell off after they introduced Poof.
I liked Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron. I loved watching Jimmy Neutron.
I like the
Jimmy
crossover.
Timmy Power Hour.
That was great. I loved that one.
They got ambitious. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Absolutely.
I love that. Sweet Life on Deck was good too, but like the original was where it was at, and then they crossed Sweet Life, Hannah Montana, and Wizards all into one. I gotta
say, when I was younger, I got so excited for the crossovers. Mm-hmm. Didn't matter what the crossovers was. I'd be like, I would be like there.
Worlds are colliding.
I would be there ready to watch it live. I would like.
What was the one with the mermaids? H2O?
Yes, definitely watch that one.
Was that an Australian show?
I don't know if it was an Australian show, but they did have the accents for it.
Yeah, I think they were in like Australia, but I don't remember if that's where it like
H2O
originated.
I'm sure I'm forgetting things. I'm sure if my mom was here, she would list way more stuff that I watched when I was younger.
Oh yeah, same. My parents would name all the stuff I watched like as a baby.
Yeah. I didn't really watch too much stuff in my teen years that's different from what we've already mentioned.
No, it was kind of like what we've already mentioned.
There wasn't like new really thing. I know that's weird to say, but there wasn't like. Because the kid shows we watched, they went on for so long and
yeah,
stuff.
they kind of like pulled them out, and we're just at like a weird age where it's like, and the teens, it was kind of like a stall in TV almost, where we didn't have like a lot of shows catered to our age.
I watched Smallville when I was a teen.
I did not. You've had me watch like the first couple episodes of that.
Yeah, but yeah, it did feel like a weird style. Like, it felt like I was just watching a lot of repeats and just,
I also, like, as the years went, too, I didn't watch TV as much because, like, school was really time-consuming and all of the things I was doing, so it was just a couple shows here and there.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, Disney movies.
Oh, yeah, lots of Disney movies. Love Disney movies.
Yes.
Just about this movie in general. I just had one that... I guess this ties into, like... I mean, in our teens, that's only a couple of years ago. That's like, what, like 5-6 years ago?
You know, I should have pulled out my senior year letter that I wrote to myself in high school because I listed everything that I was watching at the time. I should have just, like, dug that baby up and go...
Quick, go get it.
I have no idea where I put it. It's definitely in my room somewhere, but...
I have some of those.
I wrote everything that I was watching.
I wonder... We made like a video where we go back and like read old letters to ourselves.
We should both find our senior ones. It was
somewhere.
It was a requirement in English class.
I hated that they required it.
Luckily, they're like, this year we decided we're not reading your letters, and I was like, why would you read them in the first place?
Ours weren't read. They like because we wrote them I think freshman year, and they were like they're gonna stay in this room locked in a cabinet until like you graduate or afterwards or whatever. So, and then I think senior year we had to go back to our English teacher and get them.
It was delivered to me.
It might have been delivered. I don't know, but I think I had to go.
But if you want us to, if you
want
dig that up, our freshman minds. But yeah, I don't think there was much else. Yeah, Orin Host Club. Watched that because of Meg. Soul Eater. I didn't
watch any anime. I'm not an anime person. She and somebody else I know have like a list for me to like go and watch.
But I'm not really an anime fan either. I have like maybe 4.
Yeah, like a couple people, like her and somebody else I know have like given me suggestions of ones to watch that I will eventually. But should we get into like kind of like teen/current years?
I definitely nowadays, me and Ashley, when we went to college, we would watch shows together. Definitely The Magicians was one of them.
We really liked The Magicians. I've always liked Ghost Adventures. I kind of fell out of it for a bit, and I was gonna get caught up, but now they switched, so now they're only available to Disney Plus, which I think is bull because now I can't watch it anymore.
Ghost
and I'm not
Adventures
paying for another service.
It's too dramatic for me nowadays.
Yeah.
It's too over the top. They've ruined what they had.
Yeah, it was good, but then they just kept going, like, upping the ante and, like, just getting ridiculous with it, which, I mean, it's good for entertainment, but it's, like, if you're looking for, like, that real ghost experience, it's not quite there.
We also watched Julie and the Phantoms.
I love Julie and the Phantoms. It's very sweet, very wholesome, very catchy.
Good, if you're looking for a good show and you're a teenager, I suggest that one.
Think of it as like a Nickelodeon Disney Channel type of vibe, but better.
Yes, better music.
Actually, like has a really good cast, better music.
They're actually really talented.
Yeah.
Not saying the other people aren't, but like they hired them specifically because they could do what they could do.
There's some diversity in the cast.
Oh yeah.
The lead is she's Puerto Rican. The family speaks Spanish. They have one of the main characters is gay.
Yep. I don't know. It's really cool. We won't say much more on that.
No, it's a very good show.
I watched iZombie.
I wanted to watch it, but I never got the chance to get into it. And I started watching it with you, and then you continued it without me, and then I never got back on.
Basically, what happened was I put it on because I was doing homework. So
she watched it without me, and then I was like, well, now I'm behind. And
well, here's the thing. How much was I actually paying attention? questionable because it was just background noise when I was doing homework.
See, I can't have TV on when I'm doing homework. I have to have, like, I can do music sometimes.
See,
usually
that's
it has
weird,
to be,
right? I can't do music, but I can do TV shows.
TV, I get way too distracted, and I just, like, tune into that, and so I have to have, like, music, and depending on, like, what I'm doing, if it's something, like, involving, like, math or, like, drawing or, like, whatever, normal music is fine, but, like, if I was reading something, I had this, like, CD of, like, classical music that's meant to, like, enrich your baby's mind or whatever from, like, when I was little that I would sometimes put on. I don't know if it helps.
Music was an absolute not for me.
Really bad, so, like, I have trouble concentrating regardless.
Wasn't there other shows that we watched together?
So we said The Magicians.
Oh, wait. You know what I just remembered? From our kids show that I just pulled up because I just thought of Maddie. Ubi.
Go for it. I never watched
like this
that.
With the googly eyes. And the Upside Down show.
It's Upside Down. Upside Down. What was Upside Down? Why does that sound familiar? But I don't know what you're talking about. There's like
the box show.
I was just about to say that. Like, what was it called?
I don't know, but they built the boxes and they went in.
It was like this sport.
Why am I just now remembering this when we moved on? I don't know, but
we're going back to it because now I remember Caillou was big.
Yes.
I remember my I think it was my junior year English teacher would just go on rants about how much he hated Caillou because he was like an obnoxious brat.
But he was a realistic child.
Yeah.
There was also man, there it goes. It's gone. It's gone now.
Gone forever. But basically, like, if you grew up in the area that we did, or like these, like, other types of shows that were around this time, that's like what we watched. 90s kids.
What did we watch like nowadays? I'm trying to go through like Witches of East End. Me and Mom, it was on in the summer, would watch it all the time together, and it's so upsetting because they stopped it after a cliffhanger and they never continued. It got canceled, and I was just like,
awful.
Damn it! Same thing with the 9 Lives of Chloe King. Loved it. They canceled it. Got left on a cliffhanger.
One of my favorite shoes. One of my favorite shows is Supernatural. I got started into it.
I tried it.
It was like, I think it was high school. One of my friends, my dad watched it for a long time. He watched it way before I did. I think Steven did too, just because he watches what he watches, and he had it on like downstairs, so when Steven was down there he would watch it with him. But one of my friends was like, I want to get you hooked on this, and she showed me 2 episodes and I was hooked. And I still remember which episodes they were. They were both in season 2. One was the Haunted Highway, that was the very first one, and the second one was where they had to investigate a movie set.
The first one that I saw that me and Mom thought was hilarious was the musical episode.
That's the 200th. It's so good. They have iconic episodes. Those, all the meta episodes. Like, even if you don't like the show itself, I'm sure there's over 300 episodes. So there's like gotta be like at least like one show that's just amusing because it's just like,
obviously
I love the whole show.
We've seen Criminal Minds, right?
I have watched Criminal Minds. I got into it because my cousin loved it. So I've only seen a couple episodes. I watched it just here and there.
I had to stop watching it because it made me paranoid. There's things that I have wanted to watch, and I did watch a little bit that I've had to cut myself off because of my paranoia. It sounds really bad, but basically because we're creative people, right? When you go to bed and after you watch these shows, your mind racing. It's just constantly racing.
Oh, I can watch a horror thing right before bed and be fine. I don't know what that says about me.
I can't. My mind's just like...
I mean, going to sleep I'm fine, but like if I'm going like downstairs or like somewhere that's like creepy or whatever, I'll be like... But...
What else was there? Trying to think.
There was another one I was going to mention. One I just recently watched that I loved was The Boys on Amazon. It's like a superhero movie, like if superheroes were bad, and I just flew right through it. I loved it. They're getting ready to film season 3, and I'm so excited. I watched another one on Amazon called Upload. That one was pretty interesting. It was like what happens like if there's a digital afterlife. So if you could like import your kind of consciousness into like this computer world, and it's run by like angels, which are like tech like specialists. It's pretty interesting. Waiting for that next season too.
I think it's called Dead to Me, the Netflix show.
I don't know if it's Netflix. I haven't watched it. If I've watched it on Netflix, it's with her because I don't have Netflix.
I'm trying to remember. It's hard because lately I have a hard time, whether it be with films or TV shows, getting into them. Mm-hmm. I don't know if because there's nothing truly interesting happening for me personally, or if it's just because my mind just doesn't care anymore. Yeah. Well, that's wrong because I make stuff, but I don't think there's anything that's like has been like super super interesting for me to sit there and want to like binge. Yeah, binging. Uploaded binged, but like The Boys, I binged hard, and I want to binge it again. I think you might like it too. It's so good. But I definitely want to rewatch it. I was thinking about it the other day because they're filming season 3. I do know that because of my mom, I watch a few reality things, like The Challenge.
I don't know what that is.
I've watched.
I think.
911. I watch with.
Oh yeah, you told me to watch that, and I still haven't.
And 911, Lone Star, Zoe's Playlist. I really like that one. Me and Mom watch it every week together.
I think you put on an episode for me once while we were working on like cutting out the soundtrack stuff for when we were doing Mary Alice.
Yeah, Zoe's Playlist I really like. I'm just trying to think.
I recently started watching the reboot of Walker with my mom on the CW, which stars Jared Padalecki from Supernatural. So I was like, I'll follow along for him, but it's pretty interesting. It's very like heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Emotional. What else do I watch?
It's hard because I feel like I watch a lot, but I don't at the same time.
Yeah, same.
I'm just here like thinking, like so hard.
I watch a lot of YouTube. I think since high school, I've watched
It's a lot of YouTube.
I've watched more YouTube than TV. Like I watch Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Crank Gameplays.
Sometimes.
Dan and Phil.
Nope.
Joe Sugg.
Try Guys.
Zoella. Try Guys. Some of them aren't like
Smosh.
Constantly Smosh. I don't watch like all of them all the time, like super consistency, but these are just like the ones that I watch like the most of. I used to watch a lot of like Grace Helbig and Hannah Hart, Mamrie Hart. I haven't watched them in a while though. I remember when collab channels were huge. O2L, Our Second Life, was one that I was super into. It was kind of like a YouTube boy band almost. Like it was like a collab channel. Like they've all disbanded. I think most of them do their own things. Like Connor Franta was one of them. Ricky Dillon, Kian and JC. It was.
You ready for it? I just remembered.
Sure.
American Horror Story. I have seen every season. My favorite is their camp one.
Don't look at me. I haven't seen any. I've seen the first couple episodes of the first season that she had me watch.
The camp one I actually did. It was part of my research paper because they obviously went for the horror tropes. That's what I liked about it. Like you knew that's what they were doing, and they knew that's like, what they were doing.
Making fun of it, kind of like parodying it.
Yeah, for sure. I also like the season of Coven. That was a good one.
Coven. I think people say it really well, please.
Coven. American Horror Story. That's something me and my mom watched together as well.
My mom watches a lot of like.
Hell's Kitchen.
Don't watch that. Don't watch that. I think the closest to reality TV that I've watched is Say Yes to the Dress. I used to watch that if there was like nothing on.
I used to watch that after school because there was nothing on.
Yeah, it's like a show that you put on just because you're like bored. There's nothing on, so it's like okay, I guess I stick this on.
Also like Cake Boss.
I didn't watch that.
You used to watch that. We went to like his shop in New Jersey and stuff.
Yeah. Is that the one you brought me a cupcake from? Or is that from?
I don't know. I give you lots of things.
Yeah, you went. Maybe it was from New York. I think you went somewhere and she brought me back a cupcake.
Yeah.
She was like, I've got you vanilla because I didn't have any chocolate. And I was like, that's okay. I still appreciate it.
Yeah, me and Mom gift Ashley a lot of things.
Yeah. I don't get you a lot, but that's just because I don't go a lot of places. I don't do anything.
Trying to think. I don't think there's like much else that I've, it's definitely gotten less as I've gotten older. As you see, we had like a lot of kid shows, teen shows.
You just kind of fall out of it because you're doing more, you're busier, you're able to, like, go out and about and do your own thing.
But can I also say, I feel like there's less interesting things going on nowadays, TV-wise.
Yeah,
I feel like
there hasn't been a lot.
I could be wrong, but I feel like there was more going on when we were younger.
Yeah.
With TV shows, because my parents were, like, constantly, like, had things to watch. Because obviously I was too young to watch some things. Yeah. But,
like, I know
they
my
were
dad
constantly watching things.
My dad was always like, oh, another one of my shows is canceled.
Yeah.
And just, like, a lot of his would get canceled. Because I know he used to, what did he used to watch? I think he used to watch, like, Star Trek. Wow, great list. I just trailed off. I don't know, because I didn't watch them. I just remember he would watch that. My mom currently, she watches, like, a lot of those, like, investigation discovery channel ones about, like, oh yeah, she watches a lot of Lifetime and Hallmark movies. She watches those every day. At night, she watches, like, the
news.
Well, yeah, the news. And, like, the evil neighbors, or, like, that type of stuff. Like, My Deadly Neighbor, or, like, Deadly Housewives, or whatever. Like, that type of thing, where it's, like, the type of, like, murder mysteries, where they do, like, crime reports and, like, different,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's what she watches. And, like, sometimes if I'm just out there, House Hunters, she watches that. That's some like, all those, like, if she has on and I'm just out in the living room at that time, like, obviously she's watching TV, I'll watch along.
I'm trying to think. It's a lot of thinking. My brain is just, like, sloshing around right now.
They melted.
I don't know. I gotta say, I mean, me and Ashley,
like,
I want us to watch more shows together. It was easier when we went to school.
Yeah.
Because what we would do if we didn't have, like, too much homework, because we used to bring, like, ice cream back from the caf. And we'd put it in the freezer.
Yeah,
and
we'd get, like, Ben and Jerry's, stick it in, and we'd have just, like, our showtime.
We would sit down together in front of the TV eating ice cream, and we'd watch.
Do that more. We need to have more ice cream, like, show or movie nights.
And we would watch 2 to 3 episodes of The Magicians. And we did that almost every night. There were some nights where we were too tired or we had too much homework. Or some things like that, but we would ask each other, be like, are we up for it tonight?
Yeah, that would be, like, our decompression time. We would just have, like,
we
ice cream or snacks. Sometimes we had popcorn.
Yeah, we would shut all the lights off. Sometimes we're freshly showered and we would sit down and we would watch stuff. Or we would sit down and watch YouTube together.
Yeah, that too. Do more of that. It's hard because now it's
we're in 2 different households.
Yeah, we're in 2 different households. Whenever together we need to, like, film, or we're working, or we have opposite work schedules. So scheduling has been very difficult for us lately. Getting into it, but it's like our schedule is different every week. And so
retail, baby.
Yeah. So it's, like, hard to get things, like, sorted out.
I mean, I think that's a good place to stop. I mean, what's at the top of your list? What's your favorite?
My very, very favorite? Like,
your your favorite young one, middle, and now?
Well, I know Avatar and Supernatural are, like, definitely, like, at the top of my lists. They always will be. Currently, I'd say one of my favorite things I watched was either The Boys or Julie and the Phantoms. Those are my favorites.
Okay, so for me, it's harder because I had a lot of favorites when I was younger.
Yeah, it's always hard.
Very hard. But I gotta say, it's a toss-up between Danny Phantom or Teen Titans. My middle ages, I would say probably Soul Eater, because I have a dog named after it. So I'm gonna say that was my real big favorite at the time. And
which is only, like, 5 years ago.
And nowadays it's Julie and the Phantoms is good, or The Magicians, or
The Magicians. I'm always really bad at, like, favorites. I never have, like, a favorite.
I don't. There's nothing at the top of my list where I go, oh my god! Like, I don't, like, obsess over anything. I don't know why.
I get, like, fully obsessed. Like, if I'm fully, like, into a show, like, I'll watch all of it. I'll, like, read, like I'll follow, like, meme pages about it. I'll follow, like, the actors on, like, social media. I get, like, go that far. Obsessed. I don't, like, obsess.
No.
But, like, if I'm into something, like, I'm into something.
If I'm into something, usually I want, like, a few merch things.
Yeah.
And then usually I go about my day. But, like,
Yeah,
there's nothing where I would go, oh my god, there's like I'm gonna say quote unquote crazy because I don't like that word, but I don't know how else to describe it at the moment. Where like fans go over the top.
Oh yeah, there's like the stands, the crazy like stalker fans.
We can talk about in another podcast because we've worked conventions, and because of contracts we can't say a lot. But there is a few things that we can definitely say from working and attending. I know I have quite a few stories. But I think that's it for this episode. Let us know what you watched as a kid, as a teenager, and as now. As you are right now.
Favorite shows. Send us your whole biography.
If you have any recommendations for us based off what we list, please let us know. We're always looking for more stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it be films or TV shows. But yeah, I think Pugara.
Forgot to mention them for YouTube. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.
Bye guys.